Hey guys, it's Mia. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back again. I'm trying to be consistent and I think I'm doing pretty good so far. So welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. I got the Valentine ambiance in the back because we're going to be talking about Valentine's, okay? Really excited for today's video. All right, so for today we are going to be talking all about Valentine's prep for all of my florists, whether you are a current florist, beginner florist, or you're trying to start a business in the floral industry and you don't know how to prepare yourself for Valentine's Day. This video is for you. This is my third Valentine's Day as a florist, so I've been through a lot of trial and error. I've learned a lot. I've also been able to experience a bad Valentine's. I don't want to say it was completely bad, but I was able to go through some things during my very first Valentine's Day and then learn a lot of the mistakes that I made, and then during my second Valentine's Day actually apply some changes that actually worked. So I feel like I have a really good system when it comes to prepping for Valentine's Day. Today's video, I really just wanted to kind of just provide you guys with some tips that can help you if you are someone who is in need of some help and assistance when it comes to prepping for Valentine's Day. So I have a lot of different things I'm going to be talking about today, so grab your coffee, grab your drink, whatever it is, and get ready because we got a lot of things to cover, okay? So first things first, if you are a florist, a beginner florist, whatever it is, the very first thing you want to do when you are starting your prep, well actually let's talk about like prep timeline. Most florists typically start their prep in December, and I know that sounds really early, but I'm telling you, the earlier the better. So in the month of December, that is when you're going to want to start working on your Valentine's menu and your pricing. I think getting it done during the month of December is perfect because once you hit January, there's going to be so many other things that you're going to be doing when it comes to your prep. You're not even going to, like, that's going to just take up too much time. So during the month of December, start thinking about what do you want to offer when it comes to your menu. What kind of things do you want to offer? Do you want to create your own bouquets? Do you want to design specific bouquets? Do you want to have flower boxes, plushies? What is it that you want to have on your menu? Start thinking about what to put on your menu. I use Canva to create my menu. I think I have some clips that I can kind of put in here from last year of when I was making my menu, but I use Canva. That is the best system. I think you don't have to have Canva Pro. I have Canva Pro, but really you don't need Canva Pro. Just go into Canva. You're going to want to use the Instagram post template because the sizing is going to be perfect when you post it on your Instagram. Same for when you post it on like Facebook and stuff like that. So you're going to want to use Canva Instagram post, and you can just type in like Valentine's and it'll give you a bunch of different like themes and backgrounds and stuff, and start creating your menu. Now it's up to you whether or not you want to put your pricing on your menu or not. Also think about what are you using when it comes to your orders. Are you using Google Forms, or do you have a website? Whatever. I have a website so my customers can see the pricing, but they can also book their Valentine orders right on the website. But there were, I think my first Valentine's, I had people use Google Forms so they can fill out a form, and then you can go about, you know, accepting their orders that way. So definitely start with that during the month of December. Valentine's is a very busy holiday. Since being a florist, I've noticed that Valentine's Day is way more popular than Mother's Day. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm serious. Valentine's is so popular and you are going to be so busy. So one of the things you want to make sure that you're emphasizing on your menu is letting your customers know that because Valentine's Day is a big holiday, it is peak season for flowers, flower prices increase. They always increase. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start off with checking with your vendor. So you can do this by either calling your vendor, emailing your vendor, and just have a conversation with them. As a florist, I think the best advice is to always build a relationship with your vendor because they're going to always help you out. They're going to look out for you, and it's always great to have those good relationships. So build a relationship with your vendor, but you're going to want to contact your vendor and either ask them how much are good flowers going to be increasing or when are they going to be increasing. It is currently January 13th and my vendor is increasing their prices on the 17th. So that means from the 17th all the way till Valentine's Day, prices are going to be higher. So regardless if my customers are placing an order for Valentine's Day, if they're placing a birthday order on January 20th, the prices are going to be higher. So you really want to get an understanding on how much the prices are going to be increasing. Prices also vary based off of state. I remember one time I had posted like how much I had spent on an order for a customer, and another florist was like, you need to find a new vendor, that's too expensive. But I'm like, I live in Maryland, okay? The cost of living in Maryland is expensive. The economy is expensive, okay? Maryland just in general is very expensive. So my flower prices, like, it's just expensive here compared to like people who live in like Texas. Their prices are way cheaper. Because I just seen a TikTok the other day, and this florist was like talking about how she had to pay $30 for a pack of roses due to the prices increasing for Valentine's Day. That's normal in Maryland. Our normal prices for like one pack of roses is like $35. So I was like, oh, it must be super cheap in Texas. But definitely know how much they're going to be increasing, because not only do you want to inform your customers about your price increases, but it helps you. My first Valentine's, I just guessed and I only increased my prices by $10, you guys. I lost so much money during my first Valentine's because I did not increase my prices good enough at all. So please make sure that you are increasing your prices the right way. And when you're increasing your prices, it's not going to be just your flowers, it's also going to be your labor, because your labor is going to be increasing as well, because you're going to be having so many orders that you can't just charge like, you know, your regular labor fee. Your labor fee is going to have to increase because you have tons of orders to do for Valentine's Day. Like, trust me, you probably won't be getting any sleep. I know that sounds harsh, but it's real. It's real. So yeah, you're gonna be charging a lot more for your labor, your flowers, and you know, all that stuff. So making sure that you're making sure that you're increasing your prices the right way. I cannot really give you guys specific numbers on how much you should be increasing your flowers, because like I said, it varies by state, by the prices. It varies by your state taxes, if you have to pay taxes, because I don't pay taxes at my vendor, but my vendor that I had before, last year, I had to, not last year, a few months ago, I had to pay a tariff tax when the whole tariff thing was coming. So sometimes, I don't know if all states have a tariff tax, you know, whatever, but I can't really give you guys specific numbers, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just make sure that you are increasing your prices, because it's a busy time, and it's, you know, those flowers be expensive, okay? They be expensive. Now we're going to talk about a little bit about like what to do once you start hitting January, okay? Because this is when your prep is going to start to really increase, and this is when you should really start working on stuff. I always try to tell people to really prioritize your prep during January and try to get as much as you can done during January, because as soon as you hit that first week of February, what I always notice is that's when the last minute customers start to come around. That first week of February, you're gonna start seeing an increase of customers. People are gonna start being like, okay, it's February, I need to start thinking about Valentine's Day, because a lot of people don't think about it now like how we do. So they're gonna start coming. People are going to start coming. So you want to start having certain things ready. And then also too, once you hit that week of Valentine's Day, I'm telling you, you're going to be so busy. You're going to be picking up your flowers, or your flowers are going to start getting delivered to you. You got to start, if you have a job like me, you got to start coordinating your work schedule, making sure that you have enough time off. You need to start making space in your home, in your studio, wherever it is. Like, trust me. So during the month of January, by the way guys, I'm looking at my computer because this is where all my notes are, but during the first week of January, once you have your menu and your menu is posted and people can start you can start accepting orders, people can start placing their orders, the next thing you want to do is start ordering. I know you want to start doing your ordering. Now ordering can be different for everybody, so I'm going to give you guys some examples of things that I've done, things that I've seen other people do that works for whatever. So first things first is you want to make sure that you're ordering your supplies and ordering your flowers. You want to make sure those are being done during the month of January. Do not wait until February to order flowers. If you're ordering flowers in February, those should be either for last minute customers, extras, really that's really it, honestly, last minute customers or just extras. Okay, so when it comes down to when you're ordering your flowers and your supplies, one way you can do so is by doing it just ordering flat out whatever it is that you need. So you can do like a big bulk order of your supplies, making sure that you have all of your decorations, your papers, and then of course like shears, storm removers, tape, rubber bands, whatever, all your supplies. And then same thing with your flowers. You could do a bulk order of your flowers. Now if you are ordering a lot of flowers, like for example, let's just say you order 500 roses, right? You order 500 red roses. What you can do is, as your orders start to come in, start crossing off those orders. So for example, if you know someone ordered 100 roses, now you have 400 roses left. And then once those roses are gone, you can either order more and promote that, or you can let your customers know that you are officially sold out. So that is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, which is the way that I do it, is whatever orders I get in during the month of January, I put all of that towards my Valentine's. So typically any money that I make during January for birthdays or whatever it is, I take that money and I put it all towards Valentine's Day. So I don't really take any profit during my January month because I'm trying to prepare for Valentine's Day. So whatever money I make during January, I use that to order flowers, I use it to order supplies, and you know, whatever else I need. So that is another way of doing it. And then of course you can also do it as every time a Valentine's Day order comes in, then you order the flowers, but just making sure you have some type of cutoff. Okay, so if you are going to only order flowers as the orders come in, have a cutoff date. You can also think about a number of how many customers you want to accept. I know I did that for both of my, I think I do it for pretty much all my Valentines, but I'll typically have like a number in mind of like how many orders I want to accept. So once you reach that number, then you can kind of have that cutoff and be like, okay, I'm not accepting any more orders. So that's also optional and up to you, but those are just some ways to go about ordering. But you want to definitely make sure that you are ordering your roses in advance. Do not wait until the last minute. I've run into issues where my first Valentine's, I ordered all of my roses too late, and the roses that I received were all very kind of like old. So that was like one issue that I've seen. And then also too, with me ordering my roses so late, I wasn't able to get everything that I wanted to get. So you want to make sure that you're ordering your flowers in advance. Another thing that I've also noticed is, even if you're ordering your flowers in advance, there could be issues. Last year, I ordered all my roses in advance, went to my vendor to find out that they sold all of my pink roses. Thankfully, they had pink roses available. They weren't the ones that I really wanted, but I had to make it work and I had to choose what they had. So whenever you're at your vendor, make sure you're double checking, especially during Valentine's Day, because it's so busy. They could end up making some type of mistake. So check behind your vendor. Open your packs of roses and make sure that they're good. You don't want to wait until you get home or get back to your studio and your roses are dead, they're falling apart, all that stuff. Make sure you're double checking behind them because they tend to make mistakes sometimes. So making sure that you're checking, making sure the quality is good, and making sure that you got the number that you ordered. So yeah, but definitely making sure that you're ordering your flowers in advance, and same with your supplies. You don't want to find yourself on Valentine's Day having to run out to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and stuff like that because you don't have enough supplies. The best way to, which I'll talk a little bit about a little bit later, is when you order your supplies early. I'm gonna give you guys some tips on what to do with your Valentine's Day supplies once it comes in, but we'll come back to that. Another thing you can possibly do when it comes to ordering is, if you don't have the money to like buy all of your supplies and buy all of your flowers, you can always think about investing in like a business credit card, or talk to your vendor to see what options they have available. I know my vendor, they have an option where I can bulk order everything for Valentine's Day and only pay a deposit. So ask your vendor, do they have those options? And then also too, I have a business credit card, so if I need to like bulk order a bunch of things but I don't have all the money at the moment, I can use my business credit card. So those are also some examples / tips that you can do. Next thing you're going to want to make sure that you're doing is promote yourself. It's the busiest time. This is the best time to be promoting yourself. I feel like any time is the best time to be promoting yourself, but definitely around this time where Valentine's Day is a big holiday, promote yourself. Print out flyers. I go to my local library and print out flyers. Print out some flyers. You can do it by a lot of different ways. Definitely use Canva because you can create some like little cute like flyers and designs. You can get them printed at like CVS, Staples, your local library. You can also use, like, a really cool idea is printing out your flyers on photo paper because it's a lot cheaper. You can do it that way, but you want to promote yourself. So go out, hand out flyers. If you're going around like your neighborhood to put flyers out, you making sure maybe just like leaving it at the door or like on the side of the mailbox, not inside of someone's mailbox, but like on the side. But promote yourself, because if you want to get those orders, you got to promote yourself. Post on social media. You should be posting your menu. You should be reposting it every single day. Repost it on your story. Post it on TikTok, Facebook. Tell your family members and your friends to repost it and share and everything, because this is the time. So if you want those orders, promote yourself. So now we're going to talk a little bit about things you should be doing towards the end of January and beginning of February, like that first week, which is going to be more prep, but this is where it starts to like really increase. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start organizing your orders. I organize my orders using an Excel sheet. By doing that, I don't have like a template that I can like share for you guys. I'm not a pro at Excel, but I keep it very simple, but it really worked very, very well for me last year. So organizing your orders. My first year, I wrote all my orders down on a piece of paper, I created like an order form on Canva, printed them out, and I was writing all my orders. Thankfully, I still kept all my orders organized and I didn't miss anyone, but I felt like the Excel was way, way better. So if you're gonna do Excel, the way that I do it is I have the customer's name, their contact information, I have their phone number and their email, because that's what I have to use when I put it into my website as well, because I'll put their order in my website and on the Excel sheet because I don't want to forget about anybody's order. Then I put what they ordered, like the rose amount, like the rose count or the flower count if it's like a mixed bouquet, what the toppers are, if it's pickup and delivery, if they have a deposit, or if they paid a deposit. So if they paid a deposit, I'll put what they owe, or I'll just put that they paid in full, and then I also put like a delivery address if they chose delivery, all that stuff. So I think Excel is a great way to organize your orders, but if you're someone that likes to write things down, maybe get like an order form book off of like Amazon or something to use to organize your orders. But definitely find some way to organize your orders the right way so that you are making sure that you've got everyone's orders, you're not missing anyone, and make sure to double check, okay? Go through your Instagram DMs, go through your emails, however it is that you accept your orders, go through your Google form. Make sure you're double and triple checking, because again, you do not want to miss anybody's order, because that would be really, really bad. So making sure you're triple checking and you're writing it down some way that works for you so that you are completely organized. Next thing you want to start working on are your buckets. Think about what are your flowers going to go in when you receive them. You can get your buckets from a lot of places, you guys. I'm about to give you guys a whole rundown on where you guys can get your buckets from. Target sells them, Lowe's, Home Depot, Bass Pro. I've even seen them at Ollie's. I'm trying to think of where else I've seen them. Those are like the main places I've seen the buckets, but get you some buckets. Amazon, of course, you could definitely check on Amazon. But another really good way to organize your flowers by using like buckets, storage bins. Storage bins are really good because you can get a really big storage bin and fit so many roses in your storage bin. You can also I'm gonna try to find some like example photos, maybe, I don't know, on the screen. I did use storage bins, but the ones that I used, it was like a really last minute thing. This year I plan on buying some more industrial ones, some bigger ones. Industrial, I don't know, some heavier, good quality ones. Like the ones that we used were just ones that my mom pulled out of her closet because I did not have enough buckets. But storage bins are really good because you can fit so many packs of roses and flowers in general into your buckets, I mean into the storage bin. So use that. That's a great way to, you know, organize your flowers. And then once you receive your flowers, trim your stems before you put them in the water. Sometimes I've seen people, when their flowers get delivered or when they pick up their flowers, they put them straight in the water. You don't want to do this because if you order your flowers too early, or not too early, but if you order your flowers early, think about it. Valentine's Day is on a Saturday. So if you order your flowers and they come in on like Monday, Tuesday, making sure you trim your stems and you're consistently checking the flowers, making sure the stems are, the stems are trimmed and everything like that. Because again, if the earlier you order the roses, the more you're gonna have to take care of them, because again, you don't want to give your customer old roses. So making sure you trim those stems before you put it in your bucket of water, and that you're checking them. Add your flower food, add your ice cubes, and like, you know, check on them and make sure that they're still good. But yeah, that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna want to do. Now we're gonna go back to our supplies. So you're gonna want to make sure that you are already pre-ordering a lot of supplies. But when it comes down to your supplies, here are some things that you can do early to prepare. First thing being is prep your paper. So start thinking about how many sheets of paper you're gonna need per order. If you've been doing flowers for a long time, then you probably know how many sheets of paper you use for a 25 count, 50 count, 75 count, you know, whatever. But if you're someone who doesn't know, then I would still pre-fold all of your paper, but maybe not separated by order. So there are different ways you can go about doing this. You can either pre-fold all of your paper for that specific order. So for example, if I had a 50 count order come in for Valentine's Day and I know they want black paper, I know for myself I use about 4 to 5 sheets of paper for a 50 count. So I will pre-fold those and then put like who it's for, so I know it's for their order. And then always include an extra sheet just in case, because you never know, the bouquet might turn out maybe a little bit bigger and you might need an extra sheet. So always add an extra sheet. Or if you want, you can just pre-fold all of your paper and then have like a stack of black, a stack of white, a stack of pink, and just have all of your paper pre-folded. But I think pre-folding your paper is probably one of the best things. It saves you so much time and it's very easy because you're just grabbing, you know, just grabbing as you need. But make sure you have plenty of paper, okay? Plenty of paper. I'm also going to talk a little bit about places to go for your last minute like shopping. But definitely prep your paper and, you know, all that good stuff. Another thing that you're going to want to do is your toppers and your ribbons. So if you know how to make toppers and your ribbons, make them now, okay? Make them now, because again, you're not going to want to keep stopping in between your orders to keep making your ribbons and keep making your toppers. It's going to slow you down so much. So pre-make all of your ribbons and pre-make all of your toppers. If you don't know how to make toppers or ribbons, buy them. Just buy them, I'm telling you. I was just on live yesterday and I was telling someone that if you don't have a Cricut machine to make your ribbons, you can always buy the sticker letters. So you can still do that, put your stickers on and spell out everything that you need, but make sure you're doing it in advance before Valentine's Day. But again, there are a lot of florists that sell supplies. I'm in the process of working on selling toppers and ribbons really soon. I'm trying to put together an Etsy shop, so I should have that ready to go maybe for like Mother's Day and then later seasons. But buy your toppers and your ribbons early, because again, you're not going to want to stop in between every single order to make that. That is stuff that should be already done and pre-made already the day of Valentine's Day. All right, and then also when it comes to supplies, if you find yourself on Valentine's Day or maybe like a day before Valentine's Day and you're starting to see that you're starting to run low on supplies, here are just a couple of places that you can go to get last minute supplies. The first thing being, I would say sign up for Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, I have it and it's probably the best thing ever. I literally the other day needed some diamond pins and it got shipped to me overnight. I literally got it the same day I ordered it. But Amazon Prime will definitely be your best friend. Another place you can go to is like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Michael's recently started selling a flower paper, but they don't have a large like stock of flower papers, so don't rely on Michael's to be your spot. But if you have like a floral supplier in your area, maybe have them on standby to, you know, if just in case you might need some supplies last minute. But try not to let that happen, because if you prep well, then that shouldn't be happening. So just making sure, but just in case, those are just some options for you guys if you need anything last minute. All right guys, now the last thing we're going to start talking about is actual Valentine's Day, which would be like the day before and the day of, and some things that you're going to want to do. So the first thing is you're going to want to really take care of yourself. You're going to be busy, you're going to be overwhelmed, and it's okay. It's a busy time, it's a busy season, and you got a lot of orders to do. But here are some ways that I like to take care of myself when it comes to Valentine's Day, because I already know I get very overwhelmed and I'm always staying up for long periods of time, so you get tired. So the first thing is wearing comfortable shoes. Your feet are going to be probably hurting because you're going to be on your feet all day. I'm the type of person where I don't like wearing shoes in my house, but on Valentine's Day, if I have to put on my really comfy shoes, then I will, just to prevent my feet from hurting. So making sure you're wearing some sort of comfy shoes. Also compression gloves are really good. I've noticed at different times from holding really heavy bouquets, my hands can get really sore and they can hurt. So compression gloves are a really good option. Making sure that you're staying hydrated and probably caffeinated if you know you're going to be staying up late, or if you have to get up early. So get you some coffee, get you a Celsius, an energy drink, whatever it is that you like, and making sure that you're energized, but also make sure that you're hydrated. And also make sure you eat. Make sure you find a way to set out some time in between your orders to take a break. I did this last year. My first Valentine's Day, I did not do that, and I ended up crying because I was experiencing burnout. But during my second Valentine's, I actually made a schedule for myself, and I scheduled out times of when I was going to take a break, like literally like a lunch break, just like you would at a regular job. Set out some time to take a break because you will get tired. Guys, I had to take a quick little intermission. It's starting to get a little dark, so I'm trying to finish this video before it gets super dark. But we're going to pick up from where I left off. So the next thing you're going to want to start thinking about when Valentine's Day starts to get here is also who's going to be like your helpers. Like, who are you going to have by you to be your helper? If you're doing everything by yourself, all of the things that I mentioned in the beginning, making sure all that prep is done, make sure you get it done, because if you're doing everything by yourself, you're going to get overwhelmed very quickly. But if you are having helpers, here are just some examples of things they can do to help things go by a lot faster. First thing is having someone clean your roses. I had my mom do this for me both Valentines. My mom does not know how to do the bouquets, shape them, wrap them, or anything like that. But cleaning was something I could teach her literally in 20 minutes, and she was able to do it, and she does a very great job at it. Letting them know however you clean your roses, teaching them so that someone could be cleaning the roses while you're shaping and decorating. Next, you can have someone doing any type of like pickups for you, like someone like a runner basically. I know this year I'm going to be having my boyfriend help me. He's going to be my runner, so in case I run out of supplies or I need something last minute, he'll run to the store and grab it for me. If I need extra roses, he'll run and grab it for me, things like that. And then also too, for deliveries, he's going to be my person for deliveries, but I also use a third party for deliveries. So with my third party that I use Hyperflyer. It's like DoorDash. Like, people can sign up and take orders and do delivery orders. They take up to a lot of different things: furniture, flowers, food, groceries, all kinds of stuff. So I like to use Hyperflyer a lot, and this is what helps me push out my deliveries because I'm not stopping to do the delivery myself. So you can either use a third party. You don't have to use Hyperflyer. You can use Uber package delivery. You can use, like, there's so many different apps out there. Just look up like third-party delivery services on the App Store to see what you can find in your area, or you can have someone that you know do all of your deliveries for you. So like I said, my boyfriend, he'll be like on standby. I might have him do a couple of deliveries as well to push out the orders even faster. But yeah. And then you can also have someone helping you with like tedious tasks. For example, putting together all of your flower care packages or whatever. So what I like to do is I do like a card. So whatever, anytime someone adds a note to their order, I put a note, I have their card, and then I put my business card in there along with a flower care card and the flower food. So you can have someone putting all that stuff together for you. You can have someone folding your papers. You can have someone putting together, like, you know, the baby breath letters. You can have someone doing all of that. Try to find like little tedious tasks for someone to do to help you, to kind of help push things a lot faster. And another thing I wanted to kind of throw into this video was like trash, because you're gonna have a lot of trash when you are doing your Valentine's orders. What I like to do is use the flower boxes as my trash. I will just set out the flower boxes and just use it and have the leaves, the thorns, all my trash going into the boxes. I also recommend yard bags. Do not use regular trash bags because you will be using so many. Get yard bags because one, they're stronger and they're a lot bigger, so you don't have to use as many. So making sure you have large trash bags. You can get these like boxes, I think from like Lowe's and Home Depot. They're like made for leaves. My mom had me use those both years for my Valentine's Day. They're like these big tall boxes. You put a big yard bag into it, and you can use that as like your makeshift trash can if you don't have a big trash can, or you can get a big trash can and use one of those. You can use your flower boxes, whatever it is. So just making sure you have like a good system when it comes to your trash. And then the very last thing I wanted to also mention is try your best to get as much content as you can. Obviously it's going to be very hard because you're going to be super busy, but try to find some time to get content, because this is what you're going to need to use to promote yourself for the following years and just to promote your business in general. I know all the girlies love taking these pictures. I have yet been able to take one of these pictures yet, because every year for Valentine's Day it just gets so chaotic. I don't even have the time to even catch one of these pictures, but hopefully one day I can get a picture of like the car or like just all of the flowers. But get some pictures, take videos, go live, and really get as much content as you can so you can help promote yourself later in the future. And it's great to reflect on when you are moving up in this field, because I have a whole vlog that I recorded last year for Valentine's Day. Haven't posted it. I'm thinking about maybe posting it on here, but looking back at it, being able to see what I did, what I didn't do, things that I can improve on, and all the good stuff. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope today was very helpful. I know it was really just like a sit down, ambiance done went away or whatever. Is it freaking Chick-fil-A now? But I'm really happy to have made this video for you guys. I hope it was really helpful. I'm going to be trying to push out some more videos. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm thinking about doing like a floral supply video for anyone who's starting to be a florist or wants to start. I was thinking about doing a video dedicated to like supplies and some of my favorite supplies to get for a beginner or any florist. So I feel like I'm talking too fast. But I'm thinking about doing something like that very soon. I'm trying to get my Amazon storefront together. For some reason my account got deactivated, so I'm trying to reactivate my storefront and everything for you guys. And then I might possibly do like a Valentine's gift guide video if anybody out there might need some ideas of what to get someone for Valentine's Day, because I got some really cool ideas. So let me know if y'all want to see this video, see that video. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.